Wildlife is one of the most remarkable threads weaving the fabric of life on Earth. The variety of species across the globe reflects millions of years of evolution, adaptation, and survival. But some countries are truly exceptional, home to wildlife so unique, so strange, or so rare that encountering them can feel like stepping into a living natural wonderland. These creatures are not just animals. They are symbols of biodiversity, resilience, and sometimes fragility. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the top 10 countries with the most unique wildlife, not just to appreciate their beauty, but to understand the challenges these species face and why protecting them matters more than ever. So get ready to be surprised, inspired, and maybe even challenged to think about your place in the natural world. Number 1. Australia. Australia is often described as an evolutionary island. Separated from the rest of the world for millions of years, it evolved an ecosystem all its own. Imagine a place where marsupials dominate, with kangaroos bounding across open plains and koalas nestled in eucalyptus trees. The monotreme platypus, which lays eggs despite being a mammal, seems like a creature from a dream. In the skies and forests, colorful parrots and kookaburras sing, while underwater, the Great Barrier Reef sustains one of the richest marine habitats on the planet. But beneath the wonder lies a complex reality. Invasive species like foxes and cats threaten native animals, and climate change intensifies wildfires that disrupt entire ecosystems. Australia's wildlife embodies both nature's creativity and its vulnerability, a living reminder that uniqueness requires protection. Number 2. Madagascar. Madagascar, an island nation off Africa's southeastern coast, stands as a sanctuary of evolutionary oddities. Here, over 90% of its wildlife cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. Lemurs, with their expressive eyes and quirky social behaviors, capture hearts and imaginations alike. The island's incredible biodiversity extends to chameleons that change colors with stunning precision, and the fossa, a predator that blends characteristics of cats and mongooses. Yet, this wildlife treasure faces growing threats. Deforestation for agriculture and logging is fragmenting habitats at an alarming rate. Madagascar challenges us to appreciate the marvels of isolated evolution while recognizing the urgent need for sustainable conservation that balances human livelihoods with biodiversity preservation. Number 3. Galapagos Islands, Ecuador. The Galapagos Islands are synonymous with discovery. They famously helped Charles Darwin formulate the theory of natural selection. Here, evolution's artistry is on vivid display. Giant tortoises that have existed for centuries roam volcanic landscapes, while marine iguanas swim and forage in the ocean, defying expectations of reptilian behavior. Unique finches, each with specialized beaks, show how species adapt to different niches. Despite their isolation, the Galapagos face pressures from tourism, invasive species, and environmental change. Visiting this archipelago is to witness a natural laboratory in motion, an ecosystem as fragile as it is fascinating, reminding us that scientific curiosity must be paired with conservation commitment. Number 4. New Zealand. New Zealand's wildlife story is one of astonishing adaptation. Without native land mammals, except for bats, birds filled every ecological role. The iconic kiwi, a small, flightless bird with a long beak and shy demeanor, has become a national symbol representing both uniqueness and vulnerability. The ancient tuatara, often called a living fossil, is a reptile lineage tracing back to the age of dinosaurs. Forests echo with the calls of native parrots like the kaka and kia, while wetlands shelter rare species found nowhere else. Introduced predators like stoats and rats pose ongoing challenges, leading to one of the world's most ambitious conservation projects, predator-free zones. New Zealand offers a glimpse of how ecosystems evolve in isolation and how humans can intervene responsibly to protect these natural treasures. Number 5. Brazil. Brazil's immense size houses some of the richest wildlife diversity on the planet, largely within the Amazon rainforest, known as the lungs of the earth. Here, jaguars silently stalk through dense undergrowth, pink river dolphins navigate murky waterways, and sloths hang lazily in the canopy. The Pantanal wetlands add another dimension, with caimans, giant otters, and capybaras creating a complex web of life. Brazil's wildlife is a powerful example of biodiversity's complexity and interdependence, but deforestation, illegal mining, and climate change pose growing threats. These challenges raise essential questions about balancing economic growth with environmental stewardship. Experiencing Brazil's wildlife encourages us to see conservation not as an option, but as a necessity for our planet's future. Number 6. South Africa. South Africa is often the first country that comes to mind when thinking about iconic African wildlife. The Big Five, lions, elephants, buffalo, leopards, and rhinos, roam vast savannas, embodying strength and majesty. But South Africa's fauna includes far more: the elusive pangolin, the stealthy black-footed cat, and a multitude of bird species that brighten the skies. The country's national parks, like Kruger, serve as both sanctuaries and tourism hubs, blending protection with economic opportunity. Poaching remains a grave threat, especially for rhinos, prompting innovative conservation tactics including dehorning and advanced monitoring. South Africa's wildlife story highlights the tension between human activity and nature, but also the remarkable resilience and hope that come from dedicated conservation efforts. Number 7. Papua New Guinea. In the remote rainforests of Papua New Guinea, the wild holds secrets still largely unexplored. Birds of paradise, with their flamboyant feathers and elaborate dances, are among the most spectacular avian performers on Earth. Unique mammals like tree kangaroos, adapted to life in the canopy, challenge our understanding of marsupial diversity. Papua New Guinea is also home to countless insects, reptiles, and amphibians found nowhere else, making it a hotspot for biological discovery. Yet, this biodiversity exists alongside indigenous cultures that have lived in harmony with nature for millennia. Today, logging and mining threaten habitats, sparking urgent conversations about how traditional knowledge and modern conservation can align to protect one of Earth's last great wildernesses. Number 8. India. India's wildlife is as diverse as its human cultures, spanning tropical forests, towering mountains, deserts, and wetlands. The Bengal tiger, a symbol of power and grace, prowls in protected reserves, while elusive snow leopards inhabit the cold, rugged Himalayas. Indian elephants play crucial ecological roles, and species like the Indian pangolin reveal the subtle intricacies of this biodiversity hotspot. India's complex relationship between humans and wildlife sometimes leads to conflict, but also drives innovative community-based conservation programs. Visiting India's wildlife areas reveals the delicate balance of coexistence and the importance of sustainable practices in one of the world's most populous nations, where every step toward conservation matters deeply. Number 9. Costa Rica. Costa Rica may be small in size, but it boasts an outsized reputation for wildlife diversity and conservation leadership. Its rainforests, cloud forests, and coral reefs shelter incredible creatures, from the brilliantly colored quetzal bird to tiny poison dart frogs that pack a surprising punch. Costa Rica's commitment to preserving more than 25% of its land as protected areas has made it a global model for ecotourism and sustainable conservation. This small country reminds us that economic development and environmental protection can go hand in hand. For travelers and conservationists alike, Costa Rica offers a hopeful narrative that protecting wildlife is not only necessary, but also rewarding and economically viable. Number 10. China. China's vast and varied landscapes host remarkable wildlife, including the world-famous giant panda, a conservation icon symbolizing global efforts to protect endangered species. Beyond pandas, China is home to rare species such as the South China tiger and the snub-nosed monkey, both of which face critical threats. The country's expanding national parks and conservation programs reflect a growing awareness of wildlife's importance in national identity and environmental health. China's journey toward balancing rapid development with ecological preservation is a complex story that offers lessons for the global community. Witnessing China's unique wildlife encourages us to consider conservation as a collective responsibility that transcends borders.